Hi friends, the fellow graveyard guys and girls. I was just thinking about the Oscars. As I'm walking through this cemetery, I've already passed 3 or 4 people who were nominated or won Oscars. And it reminded me that the Academy Awards are just around the corner. So how many of you are film buffs? Since starting this channel, I've already visited the grave sites of quite a number of Academy Award nominees and winners who are buried here in Southern California. And I'll put a link down below this video to the playlist featuring those visits. But today I'm going to visit the grave sites of a few Oscar winners who I find especially interesting, and I think you might too. I'm here at Calvary Cemetery in Los Angeles, and right across the street from me, right next to this little structure right here, is the gravesite of Cedric Gibbons. Now, for those of you who don't recognize the name, he was nominated for 39 Academy Awards, and he won 11 times. But even more interesting is that he's the man who designed the Oscar statue. He was a Hollywood art director, and he certainly holds an important place in Oscar history or Academy Award history. While art director, set director, and production designer Cedric Gibbons designed the Oscar statuette, Los Angeles artist George Stanley sculpted it. But I haven't been able to locate his gravesite, so if any of you happen to know where he's laid to rest, please let me know in the comments section below. Gibbons was born in New York on March 23, 1890, and died July 26, 1960 at the age of 70 in Los Angeles. As you can see, his gravesite is just east of the beautiful Calvary Cemetery Mausoleum. I'll include a link down below this video to my visit to the many famous people interred in the Calvary Cemetery Mausoleum. I've also added a GPS to the Find a Grave Memorial page to make it easier for fans to find this gravesite. Another Oscar winner who I've wanted to visit for some time now is Dr., actor, and author Haing Ngor. Ngor is buried here at Rose Hill Cemetery in Whittier, California, inside the main gate near the top of the hill in the Alpine Terrace section. Haing Ngor, who's buried right here, holds the Oscar record, or the Academy Award record, for being the first non-professional actor to win an Oscar in his very first performance. The movie was The Killing Fields. And you can also see behind me, that's downtown Los Angeles there. So he also has one of the very best views of any grave site here at Rose Hills that I've ever seen. I mean, look at that. It's very rare when you can see downtown LA at all, but especially from Rose Hills, which is in Whittier, which is probably 20 miles, I'm guessing, from downtown LA. As you know, I've seen lots of graves over the years. This is the first one that I've seen with a picture of an Oscar winner holding their Oscar. This is only the second gravesite I've seen with an image of an Oscar on it. And I'll show you the other one as well toward the end of this video. Ngor was born March 22, 1940 in Cambodia and died February 25, 1996 in Los Angeles at the age of 55. In another ironic twist of fate, Ngor managed to survive the concentration camps in Cambodia during the reign of Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge, only to be gunned down in front of his home here in Los Angeles by 3 gang members. Ngor's tragic murder is believed to have been the result of a robbery gone wrong. And I almost forgot to mention that he was also the first, and I believe still the only actor of Asian descent to win the Best Supporting Actor Academy Award. So he holds a few Oscar records. Actor Buddy Rogers didn't win an Oscar, but he does have the honor and distinction of being one of the leading men in the very first film to be honored with the Academy Award. Rogers co-starred with Clara Bow in the 1927 movie Wings, which won the very first Oscar for Best Picture in 1929. And Buddy is interred here at Forest Lawn Cathedral City just a few crypts away from actress Jane Wyman, who did win an Oscar. Rogers was born August 13, 1904, in Olathe, Kansas, and died April 21, 1999, at the age of 94, in Rancho Mirage, California. He's also remembered by fans as being the first husband of actress Mary Pickford. Actress Jane Wyman was born January 5, 1917, in St. Joseph, Missouri. She died September 10, 2007, at the age of 90, in Rancho Mirage, California. During her very long and successful career, Wyman received 4 Academy Award nominations for Best Actress, and she won the Oscar for the 1948 film Johnny Belinda. Fans will also remember her for her role as Angela Channing, the family matriarch on the popular TV series Falcon Crest, which ran from 1981 to 1990. She was also married to actor Ronald Reagan from 1940 to 1949, and as far as I can tell, she's the only Oscar winner whose former husband went on to become President of the United States. English and Australian actor Peter Finch was the first actor to receive a posthumous Best Actor Academy Award. He was also the first Australian actor to win the Best Actor Academy Award. James Dean, Spencer Tracy, and Massimo Troisi all received posthumous Academy Award nominations but didn't win. Sadly, fellow Australian actor Heath Ledger was the second actor to receive a posthumous Best Actor Academy Award. Peter Finch was born September 28, 1916, in London, England, and died January 14, 1977, at the age of 60, in the lobby of the Beverly Hills Hotel from a heart attack. Finch appeared in more than 60 movies during his career, but is probably best remembered for his Academy Award-nominated role in the 1971 movie Sunday Bloody Sunday, and for the 1976 movie Network, which earned him the Best Actor Oscar following his death. Finch is interred at Hollywood Forever Cemetery in the Cathedral Mausoleum, almost directly across the hallway from film legend Rudolf Valentino. Valentino died on August 23, 1926, less than 3 years before the first Academy Awards ceremony was held on May 16, 1929. And while Valentino sadly didn't live to see the very first Oscar ceremony, our next movie pioneer did. Beautician Max Factor Sr. popularized the term makeup and is credited with developing what we now call the cosmetic industry. Factor was at the right place at the right time with the right talents as the Hollywood movie industry was born. His name became synonymous with Hollywood glamour, and in 1929 he received an honorary Academy Award for his contribution to the film industry. Factor was born September 15, 1877 in Poland, and died August 30, 1938 in Beverly Hills, California at the age of 60. He was originally interred at the Beth Alom Mausoleum at Hollywood Forever Cemetery, not far from Valentino's final resting place, but was later moved to Hillside Memorial Park in Culver City. I recently visited his final resting place here and couldn't help but notice that he's surrounded by what looks to be most, if not all, of his family. I also recently received this selfie from Stephen Porcher, who also visited Factor's crypt. So thanks, Stephen, for sending this photo for me to share. Earlier I mentioned that in addition to Haing Ngor's headstone, I had spotted another headstone featuring images of the Oscar statuette. While searching for Jack LaLanne's gravesite at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in the Hollywood Hills, I spotted this headstone just a couple of rows away. It prominently features right in the center of the headstone 3 Oscar statuettes, next to who I presume is the portrait on the left of Tony Neely. I assume that he must have been someone who won an Oscar, or 3, but I wasn't able to find any information about him online at all. So, if any of you watching happen to know who Tony Neely is, please share his story with us down below in the comments section. And now I want to give an extra big shout out and thank you to Chris Serene for sending me this video clip of Philo T Farnsworth's final resting place. That's Chris trudging through the snow at the Provo City Cemetery in Provo, Utah to find and film Philo's gravesite. Chris has his own YouTube channel called Chris the Shriner Dog, and I'll put a link down below this video to his channel. Unlike Southern California where I live, Chris explores Utah where he lives and visits lots of interesting places that you've probably never seen. If you're not familiar with Philo T Farnsworth, you should be. He's credited by most historians as being the inventor of the TV. Back in the 1920s, there were a few other inventors also working on similar ideas at the same time, but Farnsworth was the one who actually patented his inventions. Farnsworth was born August 19, 1906 in Beaver, Utah. He died March 11, 1971, at the age of 64 in Salt Lake City, Utah. So when you're watching the Oscar ceremonies this year, on your TV set, give a little shout out to Philo and to Chris for braving the snow and the extreme weather to share Philo's final resting place with us. So thanks again, Chris. So what's your favorite Oscar-winning movie? Who's your favorite Oscar-winning actor? Please share down below in the comment section. I'd also like to invite any of you watching who might have a photo, a selfie, at the gravesite of a famous Oscar winner to email it to me. I'll put my email address down below. And I'll also put a link down below to my channel's t-shirts and gifts for those of you who are interested. So until next time, thanks for sharing the memories.